guys, happy what is a Monday when I'm filming this, and welcome to another YouTube video. If you're new here, my name's Georgia and I'm a women's online health and fitness coach. I help women just like you step into your ultimate confidence and own all areas of your life. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back for another video. Today's going to be a little bit more of a chatty, personal one. I thought I'd film a what I eat a day. It's Monday, it's a new week. I've had a very social end to my week, well, second half I suppose. I was in London for lunch on Wednesday. I was out with a friend for the day on Friday. We went out for lunch. I had a takeaway on Friday evening. Saturday I was at a housewarming, and yesterday I was out for a roast with my family. So it has been a very, very social end to the week. I'm very much looking forward to getting back to eating normally. This is purely for inspiration purposes only. I love watching what I eat in a day just because I'm kind of nosy and I love food. So let's get into the video. Now, I don't normally eat breakfast until like late morning, just because I find as soon as I start eating, I just get hungry quicker. So I tend to like delay that first meal very slightly. Normally what I would do on a Monday is start with work, but I woke up and I really want to train. So I'm going to go to the gym first thing, and ordinarily, once again, I would normally eat before I train. But again, I had a bigger evening meal last night and we did eat a little bit later. So I'm not feeling hungry at all. I normally do judge this with regards to training on the type of workout that I'm doing. I'm not doing conditioning or anything, I am just doing a strength session, and also B, how I'm feeling. I don't need to force food down myself just for the sake of it, and that's a big thing that I'm learning in this phase that I'm in at the moment, which is more of a maintenance phase with regards to like how body weight sits, and just focusing on my performance. So I'm feeling good, I'm feeling energized this morning. So we're not having any food, but I always start every single day with 3 things. So I always have 3 drinks. This is basically finished. I drink 2 of these, so a litre of water. Then I have this, which is kefir, and then I've just made myself a matcha. Ordinarily, I would normally have a coffee in the morning, but I'm actually in the process of whitening my teeth, so I shouldn't really have coffee at the moment, which is fine. I haven't had a coffee for like 2 weeks and I don't really miss it, to be honest. I'm not one of these people who's like, I can't function without coffee. I just like the taste of it. As you guys know, if you've watched these videos before, I do drink decaf coffee anyway, so it's not like I need coffee to survive. So yeah, we're starting with this. As I said, just coming up to 8 o'clock. I want to leave in 5 minutes so I can be in the gym for 8:30 and then get back and crack on with work. So yeah, gonna finish my water, have my kefir, probably take my matcha in the car on the way to the gym, and yeah, next meal, well, first meal will be breakfast after the gym, so I will check in with you guys for that one. We're officially back from the gym, showered. I've actually done some more work as well, so it's a lot later than I intended to eat. It is 11:15, but I am definitely hungry now. I'm also 2 litres of water down. Again, ahead of schedule on this, probably just because I've trained and naturally drank more water during my session. I drink 4 litres of water per day, partially because obviously it's the summer, but also because I do train a lot and my training sessions are also quite intense. So yeah, we just need to make sure that we are replenishing the fluids that we are losing. So I'm going to have my breakfast and then I'm going to get on with my client check-ins once I am feeling a little more fueled. So I'm going to have oats. I do think this is literally my favourite meal of the day, but while they are in the microwave, I wanted to talk to you, I guess, a little bit more about my nutritional focus at the moment, because like I said earlier, right now I'm not in a specific like building phase, I'm not in a specific dieting phase. I'm actually just focusing on really maintaining physique, maintaining body weight as well as I can, and just having a little bit of balance and just really focusing on the quality of my training in preparation for my next High Rocks, which is November this year. And what I always do, regardless of what type of phase I'm in, I will always track my whole week ahead of time on MyFitnessPal. It honestly just makes my life so much easier, and I did this over the weekend. I went in to have a little look at today, because normally when my calories are fairly high, as they are at the moment, I tend to have like a lot more wiggle room, which is actually really nice. It means that sometimes I can bulk meals out if I want to. I can add in like a little dessert or a couple of biscuits or something if I want to, and just have so much more balance and flexibility around my nutrition. But equally, and as I say to clients who are in building phases, reverse diets, maintenance phases and things like that, sometimes actually the hard part about a phase like this and a focus like this is actually making sure that you eat enough, which sounds crazy, but when I have busy days and I'm so engrossed in my work, it can be really easy to not necessarily forget to eat, but just leave it quite late and then have to cram a lot of food into not a lot of time, which from a digestive perspective doesn't necessarily feel good. And again, a big thing for me and a big focus at the moment is making sure my gut health is as optimal as possible, because in all honesty, this is something that I have really struggled with for the longest time, like even through my teenage years into like my early 20s. Like my gut health has just never been great. I do also have a few intolerances which don't help with this, but obviously managing those, managing my stress, my sleep, my recovery, and making sure that I am getting foods in that are good for my gut and enough fibre have been really key. So I actually went into my tracking today and realised I had a lot of extra calories that I needed to account for around the meals that I had already tracked. So I have added in a couple of extra little bits, which obviously I'll show you guys as we go through the day. I think it's nice to incorporate some of those extra little treats where we can, whilst making sure that 80% of the time, like, my diet is whole foods, good quality meals that are high in protein and high in fibre. Oats are ready, so I'm gonna pop some protein and creatine into these, add on my toppings, and then I will show you guys the finished product. My oats are complete. If you guys are OGs, you will know that nothing has changed around here. We still have the chocolate protein powder, which literally makes my oats taste like some sort of brownie. It's great. And then on top, Greek yogurt, frozen raspberries, almond butter, which I'm still to this day so obsessed with. Definitely went through a peanut butter phase, but very much in the almond butter phase right now. And some dark chocolate. This is honestly the easiest breakfast in the world to make. It looks pretty, tastes great, and this has literally been with me through building phases, dieting phases, this maintenance phase. It's so easy to adapt. Like the base I keep fairly consistent with the oats. Sometimes I add like more or less if I need to, but the toppings you can customize so easily to manipulate your calories, which I think really helps, having something that you can just tweak. So yeah, we're gonna have this and then get into my check-ins. Next meal is lunch, so I will see you guys then. Next up we have lunch. This is meal prep before I accidentally throw this on the floor. I literally just grabbed it out of the fridge. I'm gonna literally just tip it onto a plate, pop it in the microwave for a few minutes, and yeah, we've got chicken sausages, sweet potato and veggies, which I just basically like all roasted together. Chuck some salt, pepper, garlic, maybe rosemary, and yeah, just chuck it in the oven and leave it for about 40 minutes. So it is literally so easy, this meal prep. The hardest part is just chopping everything, and then you just leave it to do its thing basically. So this is what I have for my lunches this week. Like I said, microwave it, then I'll put some sriracha on top just for extra flavour, and some kimchi. As I mentioned earlier, we're very much on a gut health quest right now. I switch between having the beetroot kimchi and just regular kimchi, just again for variety, and then this is actually the second week of me having this meal prep, and all I've done this week is just mix up my veggies. So last week I think I had broccoli, baby corn, peppers, and this week I've got carrots, peppers, courgettes. So it just gives you some variety basically from a nutrient perspective and also from a taste perspective as well. Just while that is in the microwave, excuse the background noise, this is the sriracha and kimchi in question. I feel like I cannot live without these two things. I literally would eat sriracha with every single meal if I could, and it's also actually really low calorie, so it was like a godsend when I was in a deficit as well. And this is lunch all put together. So sriracha is on, kimchi's on the side, we've got some more water as well. I'm about 2.5 litres down, so after this I would have hit 3 litres. So yeah, time to go and eat this. I've just finished my lunch and I'm gonna have something sweet. I've got 2 biscuits, this one looks like it's gonna fall apart, an Oreo biscuit, and then also a Biscoff biscuit. These are the ones with like the cream in the middle, they're so good. Just to finish with something sweet because I do have a lot of extra calories today. My dinner that I will show you guys a little bit later is just a little bit of like a lower calorie one, so that means I do need to make up some extra calories elsewhere. So yeah, finishing with something sweet, gonna have these, get back to work, and then next meal will be a snack. Whilst I'm here, I've also just restocked the biscuit jar with some extra Oreos that we had left in the cupboard. And as I was doing it, I was reflecting because it's mad that I used to be the sort of person that something like this, like having this biscuit jar, I literally would have probably sat and eaten the whole thing in one sitting. Felt super guilty, felt the need to go and burn it off by going to the gym or going on a stupidly long walk, and I was just stuck in this constant cycle because of two things. Number one, I didn't have a very good relationship with food and much self-control when it came to food, and specifically sweet things. And then number two, I wasn't eating properly around that. Like, my meals weren't high in protein, they weren't high in fiber, they weren't actually filling and satisfying, and therefore I was just constantly looking for more. Whereas now I can have a main meal, I feel satisfied, I have something small that's sweet that I enjoy because I know that it can fit into my calories, and there's zero guilt, and I don't feel the need to continually go back to the biscuit jar. And it's mad how far I have come in that journey. I think sometimes I forget that, and that was, yeah, just a moment of reflection that I thought I would share with you guys. The only thing with these videos is I feel like it just ends up being a spend the day in my kitchen with me, but work is pretty much tied up for the day. Check-ins are done, content is planned for the week, calls are done. It is pouring with rain outside. It literally looks horrible, but I'm going to dance in about half an hour, so I'm gonna have a little pre-dance slash late afternoon snack. That does mean that dinner will be a lot later, so what I'll do, I'll show you what I'm gonna have for my snack. I'm gonna have a little yogurt bowl, and I'll fill you in on my plans for dinner, just because it will be late by the time I get back, and you guys don't need to see me in my pajamas cooking dinner at like 9 o'clock at night. So yeah, let's make my yogurt bowl. We are gonna put Greek yogurt, of course, with protein. Fruit, I've got strawberry and kiwi. I'm such a fruit dodger, so for me, fruit is something I don't often have a lot of variety with because I'm so fussy with fruit, and I will hold my hands up and say that. Strawberries I've been eating on repeat basically the whole summer because I actually really enjoy them. Kiwis, it depends how I feel. We'll actually see if any of the kiwis are ripe enough. It might end up just being strawberries. I've also got some seeds, which I got recently. They're just like mixed seeds basically, that I add on top just for some good fats, extra fiber, yeah, extra goodness, and change up the texture a little bit as well, and then just some honey for sweetness because I have a horrendously sweet tooth. So yeah, I'll show you once I put this together. And I've also drunk best part of, I think, either 3 or 3.5 litres of water, so we're very much on track water-wise for today as well. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain in the background because my window is kind of open a little bit, but wow, when I said the rain was bad a minute ago, it just got 10 times worse. So, as predicted, kiwis are literally like rocks. Tell me why I buy the quote-unquote ripe and ready kiwis, and they are like literal bullets. Not quite sure what's going on with those, but I probably won't be able to eat any of those until maybe even next week. So instead, we have just got, I don't know if I can show you guys, a massive pile of strawberries basically. Got my seeds, got my honey, got 150 grams of Greek yogurt for the protein. I'm gonna eat this and then head to dance, and then I will be back for dinner. So while I'm here, I will run you through the plans for the rest of my day. Dinner, as always, is HelloFresh just because it is so much easier. If you're not new here, Georgia hates cooking, so anything that can make my life easier, where it comes in a bag, prepped and ready, and I just have to put it together and cook it, I will definitely subscribe to. I won't lie, Monday's always like quite a basic one. This is a Thai-inspired chicken noodles that we are having tonight. Tom is not the biggest fan of stir fries. However, when I am out and I don't get back until like 9 o'clock, I need something that's quick. And by the time I finish work, I don't have time to make dinner before I go. So needs must. So that is what is for dinner. It's got chicken in it. It's got plenty of veg, obviously noodles as well. So I will have that when I get back. This rain is getting crazier and crazier as the time goes on. And I'll probably have like a Mediterranean tonic or something like that while I'm cooking, which is like my evening treat drink. I really don't like lemonade, Fanta, Coke, Pepsi, like any of those things. Like I really hate soft drinks generally, so tonic water is like my equivalent of like an exciting adult evening drink without obviously drinking. So I always try not to drink during the week. That is like my general rule unless there's special occasions or like things going on. So I'll have that when I'm cooking, and then I actually have enough calories to have dessert as well. So I've got a white chocolate magnum tracked in my fitness pal. If I'm not hungry, I won't have it, but that is the plan for the rest of my day. So I'm going to eat this yogurt bowl and head off to dance. Thank you so much if you have made it to this part of the video. Like I said at the beginning, I genuinely find these videos so interesting because I'm just really nosy and I like to see what people eat because I love food. Obviously, like I said, haven't mentioned calories or anything because I am very much on a like maintenance phase at the moment, so my calories definitely are a lot higher, but obviously focus on generally getting whole foods, eating home cooked meals. Everything I cook, like 90% of the time, is cooked fresh. Like we never have ready meals, we very rarely have takeaways. Like the takeaway that we had, that I mentioned I think at the beginning of this video on Friday, literally was like the first takeaway, sorry, that we've had in probably over a month. So we really don't eat out very often, we really don't do takeaways very often. 90% of the time I am just cooking fresh, because that is what I know is best for me, best for us. So yeah, this is a little insight into basically what I eat in a day, with a little bit of balance thrown in there. Obviously I know I had a couple of biscuits, and I mentioned probably we'll have a Magnum later as well. So just to reassure you guys that it is completely normal to eat like this, even when you do have big performance goals, big physique goals. You know, we're only human, and everyone needs a little bit of balance from time to time, right? So if you're new to this video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.